Recap take one, marker. So I just wanted to preface all this with a little explanation of who I am and also what this video is. So I'm Slade Erickson. I'm a aspiring DP out of Georgia, and at the moment I am a senior in high school. I wanted to make this video for myself so I can look back at it and kind of have a record of where I've come from, but also the work I did in this year. So at the moment I'm kind of splitting time between one-man band work and set work. Set work tends to be more of PA, AC, occasionally a B-cam operator. And then one-man banding, I do a lot of work for the people around me, so church groups, friends, family, just anything and everything I can get my hands on. And then shooting photos and doing other stuff in the meantime. This past year, 2019, I didn't have a lot of direct goals. I did want to start interning with North Point Ministries Media, which I got to do and I am currently doing and greatly enjoying. But I wouldn't say that was necessarily a goal. It was more of something that I had in the works. I think as a goal overall, I wanted to start operating more, working more professionally, which I did, but I didn't set direct goals. The last direct goal I remember setting was at the end of 2017. I said by the end of 2018 I'd be paid to make videos, and I was. So this year I'm looking forward to setting some more accurate goals, some more concrete goals that I can work towards. So I'll get to my goals of 2020 at the end of the video, but starting out, I'm just gonna kind of recap my year and what I was doing, what I've been doing, and where I've been working. Before I get any further, I want to shout out Wandering DP Patrick O'Sullivan. He inspired me to do this. He does a yearly podcast at the end of the year, kind of recapping all of his work and the gear he used and the trends, and I wanted to take my own spin at that and just kind of have my own perspective in the industry as well. So on set days this year, I was on set 33 days. I'm counting that as anywhere where I was brought out shooting, where I was brought out to shoot videos myself, where I was shooting pictures, anywhere where I went out. Not necessarily paid or unpaid because I'm doing a lot of unpaid work right now to kind of get my name out there, but anywhere where I physically went to a location for a day and worked. So this includes pre-light days, pre-setup days, actual set days, shoot days, events, anything like that. So I had 33 days on set for that. On those 33 days on set, the most used camera was an ARRI Amira, followed by the Canon 80D, which I'm shooting this on, and that's my camera, and then the Blackmagic Pocket Cinema Camera 4K. The most popular lenses were Canon L series lenses and Sigma Cine lenses. The ARRI Amira and the Sigmas tend to be from my working with North Point Ministries, whether that be through my internship or before that, not through my internship. That's what they tend to work with. And then the Canon 80D and Canon L series glass tends to be a lot of my work. That's the gear I use, that's what I personally own, and that's what I bring out to everything that I'm doing. I'm gonna highlight two kind of stories from this year. My best job was the second time I was brought on to B-cam operate for North Point Ministries. It was a staging of B-roll for small groups, and I was brought on to B-cam operate the ARRI Amira, and I got to handhold that with the Sigma 50-100 Cine. And all throughout the day, I'd been hand-holding and doing that. And the day finished at some apartments down in Atlanta, and the best part of the day is when we got to the roof during sunset. And we got to shoot with the Atlanta skyline, backdropping everything, and it was really cool because it was one of the first few times I've been operating a cinema camera, and it was such a cool backdrop and a cool place, and it was just a really fulfilling working day. And the other story I want to highlight is kind of just a cool story of saying yes and ending up in a place where I didn't expect to be. So in January of last year, I agreed to be a PA on a 2-day shoot for a sizzle reel for a potential truck show in south of where I live, and I brought on the first day, I PA'd. It was a small shoot, so I got a bit of everything. I was hot swapping batteries, I was ACing, I was doing a bit of everything. And at the end of the first day, the lead DP, the lead guy, the DP said, "Hey, do you think you can B-cam operate? This guy's not gonna make it tomorrow." So I said yes, and I went to where I was spending the night and just looked up everything I could on the C300 Mark II and made sure I'd be proficient at working. And the next day I B-cam operated. And to me, I just kind of find it funny how quickly things change and move, and you just gotta be ready. But it was just, yeah, it was a cool story. I think those were two very significant shoots, because the first one was kind of one of the first times where I was professionally operating a cinema camera and doing that in a setting with lots of actors and different lights and everything. That was really awesome, and I'm so thankful for being brought on for that. And then the second story was just kind of a highlight of everything and kind of accumulation of everything I'm doing, of just saying yes and ending up kind of where I want to be and just figuring out where I want to be along the way. So I'm just going to kind of get into my predictions for 2020. This is going to break down into my gear predictions, kind of gearhead, what I think the camera scene is going to look like and everything like that, and then also my predictions for how much I'm going to work, my days on set, and everything like that. First one with the gear, I think Blackmagic is going to come out with a full frame camera. After the success with their Pocket and the way the industry is moving towards full frame, I think they're either going to come out with or announce a full frame camera. And I think that the industry is going to become more accepting towards the Pocket Cinema Camera 4K, just because it does produce such high quality, and I think it's getting out there, but I think it's going to become more and more used, especially if Blackmagic starts putting out full frame cameras, and then the 4K will be a B camera. And I think everyone else is going to be pushing very hard, but I think Blackmagic's just going to be pushing a lot of the prosumer in between DSLR and full grade cinema cameras, and working really hard in that department again this year. And then as far as my number of days on set and my number of jobs, just kind of that area, I'm thinking somewhere around 40-45 days on set. It's a bit of an increase from this past year, and I'm hoping to just kind of ramp up my work a bit more and do that. And then obviously continue editing and have another days like that. So to kind of just wrap this up, I've got 2 goals to put out there for 2020. One of them is kind of where I want to be working and kind of a work goal, and then another one's a gear goal. So the gear goal, pretty simple. I want to get a good light kit. I'm looking into RE Fresnels right now and kind of building that over this year, but I want to have a kit that I can bring out as a DP and kind of be able to light things to a better standard of quality. And then the second goal is I want to be brought on to DP my own shoot. I don't know necessarily the level of shoot, but I want to be brought on as the DP for a shoot and just have that as my job and be able to work that and do that. And that's my goals for this year, and hopefully I can look back at 2020 and say I did them. So yeah, I'm looking forward to 2020. I'm looking forward to the adventures it has, and I'm looking forward to developing myself more as a DP and what that holds. So thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys with the same video next year. And for anyone interested in the lighting setup, I'm about to show that off and kind of just have that on record for myself. So come along with me. So there's where I was sitting, and then I was being key lit by a Godox SL60W with a softbox and a half grid, or just a grid, I don't know, not a half grid. And then over here I have, it's pretty jank, but I've got a work light down there, and I'm shining it into my Farmate 4x4 frame, and I'm flagging it off with my 2.5 by 3 foot flag. What that's doing is kind of just bringing light out into the background. So when we go over here, so all over here we've got the work light illuminating the background and the key light coming down on the chair. And then I've got a shovel holding a mic going into a zoom.